Patriotic of Nigeria. Yo, I greet you. Yeah, welcome to my platform, Timo Starboy. Yeah, my lovely, beautiful, handsome fans all over the world. I greet you. I greet you at your location time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And for those people who are already sleeping, good night. Yeah, I greet you. I greet you. So you are welcome to the platform, Timo Starboy Channel Blogs. I greet you, Charles Christ. Yeah, you're always on point. You're always on the time. Thank you for the love. So we're about to start another program, another update. Yeah, so I hope it will meet all of you well. And for those people who is sleeping now, you will be able to, you have a chance to see when you wake up. So please share our program. Let it reach where it's supposed to reach. Yeah. So it's about our son, Femi Falana. Femi Falana. That is advocate of Nigeria. Senior advocate of Nigeria. Yeah, senior advocate of Nigeria. And is a freedom fighter for the people in Nigeria. So he's a good lawyer. So we bring you this video. So it's talk about the the title I wrote on the screen. The politician of Nigeria in the Nigeria government, they should not provoke the people and the soldier. They should stop provoking us. Enough is enough, because they have been pushing us to the wall. So you will hear a lot the secrets about them, and you learn your view from this video that I'm about to play for you. So let's listen to this video. So let me bring it up. So please listen to this video, and you will grab some what you need to know about our politician, all these wuru politician, even the sitting government on the ground now. So you will hear a lot. So let's listen to Falana, Femi Falana. That is a son advocate of Nigeria. So it's a human activist. Yeah. So let's listen to son Femi Falana. Yeah. So this is the video.
System that is pauperizing our country and increasing poverty at a very dangerous level. Now, Conrad has started by referring to section 16. In fact, a subsection there says the economic system, the state shall ensure that the economic system is not operated in such a way as to concentrate the wealth of the country in the hands of a few or a group. Now, when Dangote was said to be building an refinery, and I've said it publicly, the government of Nigeria gave him land free. They call it free economic zone for themselves.
Free.
All the
No charges.
Free. At official rate.
At official rate.
Which is
free.
Legal. No duty was paid.
Let me step back a little bit so that you can hear what our son is saying.
The government went to the system that.
Please listen, my viewers all over the world, especially Nigeria Patriotic. Please listen to this video. It's very, very important. This our son was just giving us the atrocity they are committing, the one that they are committed and the one they are still committing now. So it's affecting our life, our daily life. So please don't just waste it. Don't waste it, please. Okay, let's go. Sorry. You see the bunch of chiefs, even including Dangote. He never pay any charges. He never pay any charges. It's just a free. They are free they give everything free. And he's a citizen. He's one of the citizens that's supposed to be fighting for the human right. Fighting for the human right. But he is among them that is consuming what you and I are supposed to consume, what is belong to you and I. You will see all the atrocity. Everything that is bringing in is free of charge. They gave him free land, for only one individual, only one individual company, not the government company, not the government company that we supposed to be benefit from. Only one person is benefit. So listen.
That is pauperizing our country and increasing poverty at a very dangerous level. Now, comment has started by referring to section 16. In fact, a subsection there says the economic system, the state shall ensure that the economic system is not operated in such a way as to concentrate the wealth of the country in the hands of a few or a group. Now, when Dangote was said to be building an refinery, and I've said it publicly, the government of Nigeria gave him land free. Free
of charge
for themselves. All the machinery imported free. At official rate, which is illegal. No duty was paid for the entire machinery.
Duty zero.
And the government went to the bank to take a loan of $2.7 billion to invest.
Can you hear that?
In the private sector. And they then said, we cannot fix our refinery.
Can you hear that?
That's when we challenge them. You said government has no business in business. Why are you funding a private enterprise? It was at that stage.
This is so ridiculous, so barbaric,
$1.5 billion to fix.
So devilish.
$1.4 billion to fix Kaduna and Warri refinery. Current president of Nigerian Labour Congress, please I beg you, second assignment, you must get the relevant unions to monitor the ongoing rehabilitation of the refinery. Otherwise, these guys would divide the money criminally, as they have always done.
Divide the money criminally.
Secondly, those refineries are no longer enough for us. Refineries are being sold in Europe and America. The government must buy some of them and assemble them here so that we can earn revenue from our own natural resource. Government has spoken about solid minerals. Labour must also take cognizance. Labour must also take cognizance of what is going on. They give licenses to individuals to go and mine and pay a pittance to the government. Sometimes you don't pay anything. I'm handling a case where the government said, don't pay for 5 years. We want to encourage you from one block where they're mining gold in Elisha. And the company will make $500 million in 1 year. No tax. But the poor are asked to tighten their belt even when they are dying. Now, the second point, we may be gathered here discussing democracy. Democracy is under threat in Africa. Very serious. I'm sure you know what happened yesterday. You know what happened last month. And it's going to continue. Oh yes, there's no apology about it. I can predict with mathematical exactitude the next country very close to us that will experience a coup very soon. Where a man currently suffering from dementia, who has been in power since 1982, what did he do yesterday because of what happened in Ghana? Let me change the commander of the army. You are deceiving yourself. There was a coup. Attempted coup in 2019 in Gabon. The guy survived, but you know what has happened? Yesterday, he also suffers from stroke and dementia. He didn't know where he was. He said, I don't know where I am. But please help me. That is what they have reduced Africa to. You needed to have seen that guy when there was very insulting this their meeting, going to Europe to meet about Africa. Afro Franco-Afro Summit. The guy couldn't walk. And none of his colleagues in the Club of African Dictators, African Union, none of them will say, gentlemen, why don't you resign and let a functional person take over the affairs of your country? This guy had stroke since 2009. With the wealth of that country, he couldn't establish a hospital. He was in Britain for years.
Can you imagine?
And then went to Morocco.
Can you imagine that?
35 years in power, no hospital.
Can you imagine?
Eyadema was being flown to Israel after 32 years in office. He couldn't fix a hospital like this. This gang of looters here. And that is what we have made of Africa.
Gang of looters.
I think Sheon was talking about some comparison. Sheon, up to 3 years ago, all the member states of ECOWAS were under one form of civil rule or another. Don't call them democratically elected government. Civil rule. 3 years ago. But what has happened? We have recorded 4. The number is ongoing. Chad. Now Gabon. They are all close to us. But what's the link between Nigeria and Chad and Gabon? How many Nigerians are there? If you must know. Many Nigerians are trading in Gabon. We have a lot of relationship. That country is one of the richest in Africa. It's the 5th largest producer of oil. The population is 2.3 million. Everybody should be living like a king.
Yes.
But the poverty rate is 33%. In that country, small country, the Bongos took over the country with their friends, buying riches, houses all over the world, including France particularly. Nigeria has a GDP of 4,900 now as of 2020. While Gabon, the per capita is $14,000. But while poverty rate, while 40.1% of Nigerians live below poverty level, in Gabon is 33%. That's why you are the coup.
Yes.
And like I said, Senegal is the only country that has not experienced a coup in West Africa. But if care is not taken, that country will go under soon because you are the man. Makinhall, who said he wanted a 3rd term, and people said no. We chased out President Abdullah Wahab, and you took advantage. Now you want a 3rd term. The people of Senegal have defeated him on the street. You know what he's doing now? He wants to plant his own agent. So the main opposition leader, he got him on a Trump charge of rape. He's in jail. So that country is in trouble. None of these guys, including those who are planning to invade Niger, none of them will say preventive diplomacy. Can we talk to these our colleagues to allow democracy in this country? One of them came here 2 weeks ago, and I was just laughing, from Central African Republic, to pledge the loyalty of ECOWAS. The Central African Republic, to say we are with you in invading Niger. We want democracy. In this country, the guy had just removed judges who told you it is illegal to have a 3rd term. Central African Republic, the country of Bokassa. Now, he removed the judges who gave that ruling and manipulated his way for a 3rd term. The guy in Cote d'Ivoire saying, Nigeria, please let us invade. Alassane Ouattara. You know how you imagine that the whole of Africa, the entire people of that country, over 3,000 people were killed for him to emerge. Now he's currently having his own 3rd term. And none of these guys condemn him. Twice now, ECOWAS has attempted to fix a term, 2 terms for president. In 2015, it was defeated by Togo and the Gambia. In 2022, last year, it was defeated by Togo, Senegal, and Cote d'Ivoire. Now, the guy in Togo also expects something soon. In Togo, he and his father have been in power since 1963. Just like this guy,
enough is enough.
He and his father have been in power for 56 years.
Nigeria politician
Even if you're a
government.
traditional ruler, There are people who are waiting for you now. For you, one ruling house, we call them ruling houses. One ruling house can never be allowed to spend 56 years in the African traditional, political system. So why are these guys pretending that we are running a democracy? And for here,
fake democracy.
Honorable Senator, please be careful.
Lying democracy.
Senator, be careful.
Deceiving democracy.
Don't provoke Nigerians.
Yeah. Don't provoke us.
Because some of the things going on there.
Stop provoking us.
Trouble. Sir, 70 billion naira for palliatives for 469 people. And when we say no, they say no. It's for facelift of the National Assembly. No, sir. 3 years ago, 37 billion naira was the amount for facelift of the National Assembly. That contract has not been fully executed. There is no review of the contract, so you can't talk of 70 billion naira for facelift. Secondly, 40 billion naira to buy exotic car now. Now,
can you imagine, guys?
It's not going to be allowed.
A bunch of rogues.
The latest provocative news from the National Assembly is that 54 billion naira has been earmarked for constituency projects for 360 members of the House of Reps. It has come to 150 million per person. Under these austere conditions in town. So when these figures are oozing out of the National Assembly, Nigerians are being provoked. And enemies of democracy are being provoked. The military have been honest to say we are under pressure. You didn't read it. To dismantle this rickety political system. But somebody told them go and deny it. And they denied. Oh, we are not under pressure. But we can read between the lines. And that is why we can't gather here talking of democracy that is under threat. That's number two. Number three, comrade lecturer, I agree with you. There are solutions to all these problems. So the immediate causes of coups in Africa today, third-hand syndrome, manipulation of constitution, military bases. You know, today, America has 29 military bases in Africa. France,
29.
15. Soldiers are protesting because these foreign members of these foreign bases are receiving salaries as if they are in their country. And they are living above the ordinary soldiers in Africa. So the soldiers are also protesting the differential treatment between them and these foreign troops. So we must look at that. And of course, I've told you the remote causes. The remote causes are the ruthless exploitation of the mineral resources of our country by Western companies. Lately, Chinese companies have joined them. They loot the treasury, just like Comrade said, $9 billion worth of gold smuggled out of Nigeria yearly. Not by the poor, but by the rich, with private jets and helicopters. And so, what do you expect? The people are getting poorer. And they're also destroying the land where they mine resources, just like oil. Sir, the oil thieves are known. You can quote me, and I want to be sued by it. Shell is one of them, is the leading oil thief in Nigeria. Tompolo discovered recently, when the state has collapsed, you deal with non-state factors. The military could not trace oil thieves. So they had to give a contract to a private citizen, government Tompolo. The government in the area now.
A criminal. A criminal is a government Tompolo. Militant.
Receiving 40,000 barrels of crude oil per day for 9 years.
Hey, BC
belongs to Shell.
BC.
And Shell came out to say, we are not aware. No.
They don't damage Nigeria.
That is criminal negligence. But I also know that in the office of Shell, they have
BC.
an application where they monitor what goes on in all their pipelines. And I suggested to the government, the Buhari government, With this discovery, can you please allow me, without charging Nigeria, to collaborate with some consortium of lawyers abroad for us to sue Shell for that act? Because to cheat an individual, you get a certain money. But to cheat a sovereign nation is 100%. So, and I told them Nigeria can make $100 billion if you sue Shell for mining and stealing oil for 9 years. You know what I was told? Say, it will be difficult because some of our people are involved. He said, let Shell come and say that in court. Now we have other criminals, we are not alone. But what is important for us, and I think that is the point the comrade has made, we must revisit this matter. Because the NSA, Mr. Nuhu Ribadu has just disclosed to us that 400,000 barrels are stolen daily. That cannot happen in a state, in a modern state that functions. When a state cannot guarantee peace, law and order, it's not fit to be a state.
Yes. Exactly.
Now, the other point, sir, fact distribution. Please, comrade, I beg you. You must take note of this. In April this year, about 646 billion was shared by the three tiers of government. In July and August, over 900 billion naira. Over 900 billion. Yet, what have these people thrown at us? 5 billion per state. 5 billion per state. A state like Kano or Lagos. And 5 billion for Ekiti State or Zamfara State. The money is not meant for the poor. It's meant for the governor. And that is why it has been given to them to manage. So we must ask questions. 5 billion from what? If you are now taking over 300 billion naira per month as a result of the increase in the prices of fuel. The other one, I thought Comrade was going to, yes, I think you touched it, the dollarization of the economy.
Yeah, that is where the problem lies.
The Bush economy says today.
That is a real problem. Listen, this part.
As long the dollar as a legal tender, I said, are you okay? In Nigeria today, the central bank has allowed the rich to sell properties in highbrow areas in dollars, to collect rents.
Everything in dollars.
School fees of some schools
in dollars.
In dollars. Charges.
They just destabilize our economy with dollars.
Lawyers and some professionals charge fees now in dollars. Talking of big boys. Oh, it's dollars. In the ongoing election petition, you don't take naira. How much is that? Now,
what kind of a government are we running?
To bribe in Abuja now, you know it's
a blindfolded government in Nigeria.
You know, you can't go through the bank. So it's easier to transact that criminality through the dollars. You are not aware. At the National Assembly said, distinguished senator will agree with me. It's in dollars now. Now, no, you know why I know? Some people are charged.
Just imagine
for being in possession of dollars.
What government?
So they come to us.
They are
so
dubious
I know
way.
what I'm talking about.
Dubious.
You know that some what do you call it? The PDP and APC conventions in Abuja here. Delegates were paid in dollars. Because you can't be carrying big money, naira, for them. The most dangerous aspect now is that tithes
in church
are paid in some churches in dollars.
Tithes are paid.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh yes. And then
they are spraying itself.
Some musicians are sprayed in dollars. It happened in the villa recently. When the daughter of the former president was getting married, musicians were sprayed in dollars. So dollars has become the legal tender.
Dollarization in Nigeria.
That's Section 20 of the CBN Act has criminalized the act of spending dollars in Nigeria. But nobody has been arrested for spending dollars
in Nigeria.
In fact, some government agencies now, charge dollars for services and goods. So how do you get to this mess?
Uchema, you are welcome to the platform. Please share our program.
The currency of a country is like
Thank you.
You can go to war. But for them, the naira.
Uchema Godwin. Welcome, my brother.
And Nigerians could fight the devaluation of the currency. So they then sold the idea to the people in the central bank. Can you dollarize the economy? So that devaluation will be true dollarization. So last week, you wanted to buy any particular good, and you have your money. I think it was fella that sang this song, don't understand? And you plan your plan. He said you plan your plan finish. You want to go to market. By the time you have the budget, but by the time you get to the market, the thing has gone up. And that is what is going on. So all of us do not know that through the dollarization, goods and services are being increased quietly in Nigeria.
Skyrocketing.
They deceived us 2 weeks ago. When the thing went to 950, we're going to do something. So the central bank illegally took a loan of $3 billion. They said, please, we want to show up the currency. What is the business of a private company? The NNPC is no longer a parastatal. It's now NNPC Limited. And they deceived us. The thing will stabilize now. So for 1 week, it went to 780. Today, it's 780 officially. Meanwhile, they said, no other exchange rate now, apart from one. Today, black market, as of this morning, is 980 naira to a dollar. Yet, when you were teaching us, your generation of teachers, it was 60 kobo to $1. So we must begin to ask questions. Labor, it's no longer enough, sir, to go and ask for minimum wage. Even if they pay you 200,000 naira as minimum wage, it's meaningless now. And that is why we must ask questions about the dollarization of the economy. The only solution, only one country accept. 5 years ago, the Central Bank of China and Nigeria sat down. Can we have currency swap? Whatever you buy there, naira. Whatever we do here, yuan. The central bank, quote me, I've said it publicly. IMF and World Bank said, no, don't allow it to work. So most Nigerians are not aware of that arrangement. Last year alone, we spent $22 billion for imports from China. In dollars, we are asking should have paid naira. And that would have reduced the exchange rate to something in the neighborhood of 300 to 500 naira. And we're supposed to do that with other countries. And that's what BRICS is about coming. BRICS. The BRICS, I'm sure you know the organization. They simply want to trade among themselves in their own national currencies. Nigeria said we have not joined up. We don't want to join because of the West. But I've told somebody in government, can you be more Catholic than the Pope? Saudi Arabia is in. Egypt is in. UAE is in. But Nigeria is still pretending.
Because of corruption now. They don't want corruption to go.
Why should we lead in the campaign?
Their corruption. They want to maintain it.
In their own currency. We have African Free Trade Zone. We're supposed to have one currency in Africa. Trade among ourselves. We're supposed to have ECO in ECOWAS. France says no. Why countries like Nigeria insisted? France said no problem. We are now taking over the ECO. France has taken over ECO because they control its countries here. Now, what do we now do? Is to say we have taken over ECO. So whether we like it or not, we are going to impose our condition, which is that the ECO currency will be printed in France.
Just
and
imagine
all
that.
All the foreign research will be banned by the Bank of France. Of course, Nigeria will not agree. So they cannot have one currency. So the dollar is a currency for everybody. Now the other point, please, for NSC, I want to beg you. It's no longer enough to ask for better minimum wage. Comrade has mentioned this, and I'm going to advise you. There are laws you have fought for to improve the conditions of workers and the poor in Nigeria. And laws are proposed, comrade, following Chapter 2 of the Constitution. It's no longer correct to say Chapter 2 is not justiciable. Laws have been passed to actualize Chapter 2. The National Minimum Wage is one of them. National Minimum Wage Act, People's Banks Act, to give loans to the poor without collateral. They themselves too close, and they were going to collapse the economy. That was how AMCON was set up. The rich are owing the country 5.4 trillion today, 370 of them. So when they didn't allow People's Bank to come to be re-established, I went to court. I got the judgment in 2012. Go and establish this bank for the poor. They refused to do it. We have the Child Right Act in Abuja and Child Right Law in the state. Under those two laws, every Nigerian child shall be educated up to junior primary school, free of charge by the Nigerian state. So, comrades, we have to make sure that every Nigerian child, 20 million Nigerian children are on the street. That is where the terrorists recruit, bandits recruit, armed robbers and the rest of them. So if we get these laws implemented, there will be little or nothing to steal by these guys. But these are the laws they have made. You have the Pension Reforms Act. It must work. National Housing Act. They deduct money of workers every month. But they have stolen about 100 billion from that fund. Comrade, we need to take this up. You have the National Health Insurance Act, that everybody should have insurance, health insurance. You have National Health Insurance Authority Act for the elderly in Nigeria. Once you are over 60, you are entitled to health insurance. By law.
That's a good plan. I supported it.
You have all the laws, discrimination against persons with disabilities, 2018. That law provides that all physically challenged people shall be educated by the state from primary to secondary school, senior secondary school, free of charge. So, comrade, you must set up a committee that will ensure the implementation of this law, so that when you are talking of minimum wage, there are ways of ensuring that you don't spend all your minimum wage on services for your family that will not be sufficient. Then I'll say that our last two people, our take home cannot take us home. It's only when we have these laws implemented that your take home will be able to take you home. The last point is on public interest litigation. We're engaged in a number of public interest litigation, but you are dealing with a government, a ruling class that has no regard for rule of law. Sarah, an NGO, has got a judgment to the fact that since 1999, all the governments must account for the $5 billion recovered from Abacha and the family. The government has ignored.
That's the work of ESCC.
Sarah has got a judgment.
ESCC
that those funding pension for governors, the Attorney General should ensure that all those governors do not collect double pension. There are people in the National Assembly, sir, in the Senate, former governors, who are collecting the stupendous allowances in the National Assembly, who are also collecting pension in their state. 3 states, Lagos, Rivers, and Kwara Ibom, have pension schemes that you cannot find anything like it in any part of the world. Do you know the details? If you govern in Lagos, Port Harcourt, or you even for 4 years, you are entitled to a house in the state capital and a house in Abuja worth about 2 billion naira. 2 for your life, even if you are 40 or 36. For life, you and your family will be entitled to free medical treatment at home and abroad. For life, you will earn the salary of a sitting governor. For life, they will replace your cars, about 3 cars, once in 3 years. For life, you will have about 8 security personnel to guide you and your family. Now, I have told the governor, if you go like this, By the time Lagos has produced 20 governors, or Akwa Ibom, there will be no money for development. Once you are paid the pension of 20 former governors, and that is why Labour must please join this campaign. From the action of the civil society groups, the progressive faction, Samfara, Imo, and Kwara have abolished the pension scheme. So we must get other state government to abolish the pension scheme so that everybody is under the Pension Reforms Act.
Under necessity.
So way you run the state for 3 years, and then for a year,
under the necessity.
and for a year, you collect about 300 million naira, you know, and then in the National Assembly you collect money, or if you're a minister, you collect money. Whereas it is dangerous for a worker to collect double salary.
That is a necessary thing we have to do.
Salaries.
We take note.
Let me end by saying some comment, and I think we must take a resolution today. Here, that the Labour Party, there is a pending order of court, and I should disclose this. It's a pending order of court that the faction of the NSC and the faction of the PDP that attempted to take over the Labour Party shall hold a joint convention where leaders will be elected. I'm not talking about Abure and Ababa.
Guys, let me stop this one. Let me stop this video. So the next video I want to play is related to this video, talking about the government in a place. So, and this man is bold enough to speak out. Is, you know, just throw some words, you know, to this our present sitting government. So let's hear from the man. Yeah. The man is one of the strong man that is, you know, I give kudos to the man because the man can stand with his 2 feet and have a bowl of mind to speak to this our illegitimate president, you know, all these our illegitimate leaders in the power now. So let's hear from the man. Let's hear what they have to say.
If that's where it gets sore and better, sore for body, if it go stay for farm day, like fly hand day, but when the fly keep touching on where that sore eat, the man will not be able to walk and the man will not be able to leave the farm. But people have become very knowledgeable because we have some very fraudulent judges, very fraudulent judges.
Fraudulent.
If the judiciary is not firm, it's not stern,
Fraudulent.
then there's no nation again. Because most of the judiciary judges that we have are so corrupt.
Yeah.
They're so corrupt. That's why if you have one judge here, give one expert motion, there are some people again who's going to go to a different area and get a different expert motion. Alright? On the same case, on the same issue. So it's very conflicting. The problem here is not, you know, the plaintiffs. The problem here is the judge. The judges who have become a merchant of mystery, who now give judgment to the highest bidder, without thinking about their family, without thinking about the oaths that they took in office. I'm not saying all the judges,
without even thinking about their life,
among themselves, that there are many judges who they are not proud to associate with, who are very corrupt. That's the issue we're having.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this issue will not have been bringing on. Listen, I speak truth to power. Alright? Some doesn't matter who believe, and who cares who doesn't believe. But I say, well, you know, you hear about people saying Tinubu built Lagos, Tinubu is a magician, a technocrat, and all that. You know, we see the list of the ministers. They tell you that, you know, it's business as usual. You know, I mean, come on, the worst.
corrupt leaders,
people in that
corrupt
list,
government, corrupt
20%
everywhere.
are credible. About 80% are horrible. I mean, let us start from Wike, for example. Wike, who swore to his father that he would never accept even VP nominee or even ministerial.
Can you imagine that?
Because Wike gladly ringed out Peter Obi in River State. His reward was a minister of FCT. I mean, come on, that's not credible. Now, go back again to the noise maker, disgruntled Festus Keyamo. Put him in eviction. What is he going to do? This is a guy who doesn't even know his left from his right. He's a noise maker.
He's a baby.
So why would you want that guy to be a minister? And again, all along, you have on his ministerial list, you have somebody who they want him to take a bow. He was 3 years old when he was in secondary school, just like, you know, I met who's a genius. They didn't go to elementary school. They just went into university. So I think if these crops of ministers are going to be the one representing, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I think Nigeria is going to be in more difficult. Let me tell you something. They already have advisor. Advisor he has today. Advisor he has today told him to go and borrow 3 billion from the bank in Egypt, and that will reduce, the strength of the dollar and weaken the dollar and raise the value of an naira. But after taking the $3 billion, the dollar jump again. Dollar is about 950 now, and you don't know. Before you close your eye, it's going to be 1,000. I mean, so what kind of people are these? What kind of people?
50 is almost close to 1,000 now.
Every day. God forbid we don't become or end up like Somalia. Listen, I'm not finished. I'm not. Again, among the people he said he has, I'm not an economist, but I can do better than them. He's giving step